Bisaya, Mat di ay. Kadali kasayon atong istoryahan, atong binisayon, aron dali sabton. Maayong adlaw ninyong tanan. Meron po kita sa atong lesson regarding completing the square. Padayon sa atong natun-an ganihang buntag. Ano siya ang akong presentation, kaya lang walay kuryente sa one classroom, so sulat-sulat sa taganiha. So ano siya ang atong lesson, ang title Completing the Square. So atong sugdan muna akong giingon nga katong taong da sige lihok-lihok si Albert Einstein. Anyway, okay, atong sugdan. So ang question nga to ang tubagon diri, ang tanang atong tubagon is how do we complete the square? So sugdan ta ni that is x plus 5 square. So raised to the power of 2, that is multiply na to siya siyang kaugalingon. So that means x plus 5 times x plus 5. So gamit ang FOIL method, first terms, it's the f, x squared, outer terms, that is 5x, inner term, that's 5x, and then last terms we have 25. So we can combine 5x's, so that means it's 10x. So therefore expanded form is x squared plus 10x plus 25. Gikan sa x plus 5 square, ang expanded form niya is x squared plus 10x plus 25. Pwede po nato siya gamitan atong special product, x squared the first term. So kung atong square ang first term, square the first terms, square first term ng x, that is x squared, twice the product of the first and second term, so x times 5, that's 5x, times 2, kasi twice, that will give us 10x, which is ang atong middle term. Then we square the last term, that's 5, that ang result is 25, so you have 25 here. So x squared plus 10x now plus 25 is actually the same as x plus 5 times x plus 5, which is x plus 5 square. Question now is, what if walay value ang third term? Can we identify 25 out from x squared plus 10? Identify ba nato ang 25? Let's see, that's the question. So gikan sa x squared plus 10, makitaw na to 25 first. From the middle term, kuha na to yung numerical coefficient na 10, then we divide it by 2. From there, next is 5, and then we divide also 5 by the coefficient of the square root of the first term. That means since na ay coefficient ng 1 ang x squared, ito siyang i-divide by the square root of 1. Ang resulta, 5 gihapon. And then lastly, we have 5. Then we square the result. This is the missing term. So, muna siya atong gipangita nga term, which is 5. So, that means we square 5. And so, back there, it's 5 square. And that is equivalent to 25. Next. So, x squared plus 10x plus 25 is equal to x plus 5 square. Muna siya atong trinomial. That's the perfect square trinomial. Question is, saan na ito pag-complete na square? By completing the perfect square trinomial. Ato lang kumplitohon. And usually, ang third term ang unknown dali. Let's try to have some practice. So, x squared plus 18 plus a number that is equal to the square of its binomial. Now, notice that the sign is positive. Sign is positive. Oops. That is positive, kay positive ang middle term. So, gibutang na nako ang sign daan. So, paano na to i-solve ang third term? That is, oops, solve ang third term. I'm sorry. Balik. So, paano na ito i-solve ang third term? Baba ang 18 divided by 2. And the result is 9. And then we divide 9 by the square root of 1. Asa gikan ng square root of 1, dito sa coefficient sa x squared. And that is 9. And then lastly, we square. So, that is 81. So, we place 81. What is the first term of the binomial? Basically, that's x square root of the first term sa trinomial. And then the second term is 9 from the square root of the third term. So, that's it. So, the second one, x squared minus 12x plus blank, that is equal to minus. Why it's minus? Because again, the second term or the middle term is a negative. So, baba ang 12 divided by 2. Result is 6. Then we divide it by square root of 1. That is 6. And then we square. And therefore, it's 36. So, the number that we are looking, atong gipangita nga number, is 36. So, we take the square root of x squared, that's x, and then square root of 36, that is equal to 6. Next, let's have 4x squared plus 28x plus a number, right? Ato na po ni pangitaon ang number. And then, we have its binomial reduction. So, atong himuon, again, we bring down 28 divided by 2. And then the result would be 14. That's divided by the square root of 4. Y squared of 4? Because ang coefficient ng x squared is 4. So that means that is equal to 14 divided by the square root of 4, which is 2. So therefore, 14 divided by 2, ang result is 7. And then lastly, we square 7 and the result is 49. So we place 49 here. First term of our reduced binomial form. And that is, take the square root of the first term. That's 2x. Square root of the last term or the third term, that is 7. So there you have it. Then we have 9x squared minus 12x plus a number. Okay. Again, we do the same process. Again, we put 12 down, divided by 2. That is 6. And then divided by the square root of 9. Anong square root of 9? Because 9 coefficient sa x squared. So that is, oops, sorry, na ay mali. Notice it's negative. Wala na ilabot ang negative. Alright, let's take that negative off. Okay. So you have 6 divided by square root of 9, which is 6 divided by 3. And the result is 2. We square 2, and that will give us 4. So that's 4. So the first term of the binomial form, reduced binomial form, that is 3x. Asa gikan ng 3x, the square root of 9x squared. And then the second term, the square root of 4, which is 2. And then lastly, we have 4x squared plus 6x plus another number. That is equal to reduced binomial form. So we take 6 divided by 2. And then the result is 3. Okay. Now, look at this. 6 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. And then 3 divided by the square root of 4. That's the square root of 4 for a coefficient. So therefore, 3 divided by square root of 4, or 3 divided by 2. And what's the result after we divide 3 by 2? It's just simply 3 over 2. So it's a fraction this time. And then, we do not forget, since fraction, ato gihapon siyang i-square. So we take the square of the fraction, square the numerator, square the denominator. That's 3 times 3, that will give us 9. And 4 times 4, 2 times 2, that will give you 4. So, result will be 9 over 4. Okay? So, 9 over 4 fraction ang ato ang third term. So, let's complete the reduced binomial form. So, take the square root of 4x squared. That's 2x. Take the square root of 9 over 4. So, take the square root of the numerator and the denominator. That will give you 3 over 2 squared. Alright, let's try this one. Let's have number 1, x squared plus 4x plus. What should be the number such that it will complete the square? The resulting trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. So, guess that's 4. So, ang atuang binomial, reduced binomial form is x plus 2. Let's have number 2. X squared minus 8x plus. Okay. Now, ang 8 divided by 2, that's 4. And then 4 divided by the square root of 1. And so that's 4. And then square 4, that will give you 16. So you get x squared. And then you have minus. Why it's minus? Because the middle term is minus. The middle term of the trinomial is minus. Next, you have x squared minus 16x. Can you guess? Okay. Answer is 64. How did we get 64? 16 divided by 2, that's 8. And then 8 divided by square root of 1, that's 8. And then we square 8. Answer is 64. And so our reduced binomial form, that's x minus 8. Why it's minus? Again, because the second term is a negative. Number 4, 25x squared plus 20x plus a blank. So, what should be our third term? Guess? Yes, that's 4. Why 4? Again, the middle term, 20 divided by 2, that's 10. And then we divide it by the square root of the coefficient of x squared, which is 25. So, 10 divided by the square root of 25, which is 5. So 10 divided by 5, that's 2. And then 2 square now, that will give us 4. So reduced square of binomial form is 5x plus 2. Lastly, we have 36x squared minus 4x plus a number. Okay, what is that number? Applying the process, answer is 16. How did we arrive at 16? That's 48 divided by 2. That is 24. Then 24 divided by the square root of the coefficient of x squared, which is 36. So 24 divided by square root of 36, which is 6. 24 divided by 6, and that is 4. Finally, we square 4, we get 16. So the reduced square of binomial form is 6x minus 4. 6x from 36x squared, and then 4 from 16, or square root of 16. Let us apply what we learned in solving quadratic equation by completing the square. Let's have x squared minus 10x plus 16. First step is to move the third term to the other side of the equation and leave a space for our third term to complete the perfect square trinomial. So, pasabot atong ibalhin ang 16 to the other side. That means negative 16, and then x squared minus 10x plus the blank. So, what should be our third term? Again, we do the same procedure. Middle term, or middle number divided by 2, and then divided by the square root of 1. Eventually, we did this one already. The result is 25. And so we take its reduced binomial form. Reduced binomial form is, oh, I forgot. Napaday tayo. Kung nag-add tag 25 sa PCAS, mo add po tag negative, positive 25. Alright? To retain its balance. Duha ka sides sa equality. So we added 25. On the other side, mo add po tag 25. So we have 25. So we have x minus 5 square. Anong x minus 5 square? We take the square root of x squared. That's x. The middle term is minus. And the square of 25, which is 5. And then there you have your 9. And then next, we take the square root on both sides. Cancel out the radical, the square root, and then the 2. What is left is x minus 5, but we have two values for square root of 9, that's positive and negative 3. So we have two solutions. X minus 5 is equal to positive 3, and x minus 5 is equal to negative 3. So you move negative 5 to the other side, ang negative mahimong positive, so x is equal to 8. While on the other side is same process, we move negative 5 to the other side, pag-abot na himong positive. So negative 3 plus 5 will give us positive 2. Next, we have x squared plus 12x plus 20 is equal to 0. Again, we move 20 to the other side, becomes negative 20. And then we leave a space to complete the perfect square trinomial. So we divide it with 12 by 2, that is 6, divide it by the square root of 1, which is 6, and then we take the square root of 6 is 36. We add 36 to this side, we also add 36 to the other side. So take the reduced binomial form, that is x plus 6 square, that is equal to 16. How did we arrive at 16? That's negative 20 plus 36. So we have x plus 6 square is equal to 16. Take the square root of both sides, cancel out the radical sign, nabilin kay x plus 6, and then we take the positive and negative square root of 16, which is 4. We have two solutions. X plus 6 is equal to 4, x plus 6 is equal to negative 4. Transpose, positive 6 pikas sa side na himong negative. So 4 kuhaan og 6, obviously answer is a negative. Kasi mas gamay ang gikuhaan kaysa gikuha. While sa pikas, you have again negative 6 to the other side, ang positive na himong negative. So x is equal to negative 4 minus 6. Basta duha ka negative nagsunod, unya dili multiplication. You just add and copy the common sign. So you have x is equal to negative 10. Sample number 3, that's 4x squared plus ax minus 60. We move again 60 to the other side, ang negative 60 na himong positive, and we complete the perfect square trinomial. We do the same procedure we did a while ago. That is x or 8x. We put down 8. 8 divided by 2, that is 4. And then we divide it by square root of 4, which is 2. And then we square it. Eventually, that will give us plus 4. Plus 4 sa pikas, plus 4 sa pikas. So we reduce it to its binomial form. That is 2x plus 2 square, that is equal to 64. So we have 2x plus 2 square, that is equal to 64. Take the square root on both sides, cancel out. 2x plus 2 is equal to plus minus 8. Two solutions again. 2x plus 2 is equal to 8. Yeah, 2x plus 2 is equal to negative 8. Balhin ang positive 2. Mahimong negative. And so 2x is equal to 8 minus 2. Unsa ang 8 minus 2? 6. So para x na lang, we divide both sides by 2. Cancel out 2. X is equal to 3. One side. The other side, move positive 2, negative. Pag nagsunod ang duha ka negative, add and copy the common sign. Negative 10. Then we divide both sides by 2. Cancel out 2. X ang nabilin. Negative 10 divided by 2, that's negative 5. So there you have your negative 5. Okay, so that ends our example. I want you to try this one. Try all 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 numbers only. So that's all, and have a nice day. Study og maayo. Aron mahal. This is